Let's take the history of a few wars. You have followed the Iraq War, a big lie that has been invented, supposedly of possession of weapons of mass destruction. Some senators in the United States did everything to get evidence. They did not get it. Remember that several people resigned from the CIA after this war. Evidence has been invented everywhere. Occidental secret services helped them to fabricate evidence. We remember that Nigeria was accused of setting up a false convention to sell uranium to Iraq. It is the same process that they used to say that Nigeria was selling uranium to Iran. They have already seen it. They have pretexted this and have not had evidence. Even the United Nations found no tangible evidence of the presence of weapons of mass destruction. But they had their objective to destroy Iraq. They destroyed Iraq. They created the Islamic State to come and fight it. Understand the game. It only lasted too long. We have to wake up and understand all this so that we become aware of our situation and fight for our future.
Hey, I've been listening to some things, and I'm thinking and reflecting on where was I, what was I doing, what was I thinking. But there was a time that we were terrorized, I guess you can say it. In the 1990s, we went to war in Kuwait. We went to war, a Gulf War, and I was on the military base, and I saw all these people, military men jumping on their tracks and everything, and planes taking off. And I happened to work and help volunteer in the hospital where a lot of those soldiers came back from that war that didn't last long because Saddam Hussein surrendered. But then a few years later, a buildup was done about different things that the Muslims were doing and terrorism and whatever. And then 9/11, when it hit, that kind of made us believe that actually Saddam Hussein was a terror to the rest of the world. And I can say as an American citizen, I believe that we were set up for it. But we as American citizens, we've never really seen, other than our soldiers, we've never seen disasters. We've never seen bloodshed. We've never seen this kind of thing other than on the movie or the television or whatever. But I'm telling you, when you don't see these things, they don't mean anything to you. They're just words, and you'll just jump and you'll do, and you'll send your young men out to war to protect their country and to find out that we were told a lie. And the motivation for Iraq was not quite what we thought it was. Well, I'm letting you know. These are some of the messages you're going to hear right now are some of the messages that are being put out about Africa. And certain people here in Africa, countries where their leaders are saying we've had enough. Well, now they're looked at as if they are a threat. And we have people like Congressman Matt Gaetz that gets up in the House and starts saying what he believes that these people did and what they're doing. They might be a threat to the United States.
Mr. Speaker, I rise to warn this body of the deteriorating conditions in the African country of Niger and to give rise to the concern of service members and contractors. More than 1,000 of them right now are functionally being held hostage in Niger. They are being used as pawns during a negotiation that has left America at the bended knee of third world criminals and thugs.
But I'm going to let you know, black man and black woman and poor man and poor woman, you'll be put up as meat, as bait for the slaughter because of somebody believing, not knowing, but believing. They're putting it together. They're making it so. So I want you to listen to this because they played it to us over and over and over again on all news channels. And we are defenseless because how would we know as everyday citizens what's true and false? But if you ever see your military men come in to the hospital with their legs gone, their minds gone, their life just taken from them, it makes a difference in how you feel about going to war because what somebody say they believe. But the United States and other Caribbean countries, if you join in, you look like me, you'll be believing to go to a country to kill people that look like you, that were enslaved and colonized and depressed. So think about it. But listen to this because you're going to hear the narrative about Africa and what's going on here in Africa and the dangers of the people and the coups and the starvation. And they've been made not prostitution, rape and murder and a threat. So listen to this. Make sure you don't just follow the narrative.
Saddam Hussein, the former president of Iraq, was notorious for his alleged use of biological weapons. Saddam Hussein's regime actively pursued the development of biological weapons, including anthrax and aflatoxin, among others. The program was part of Iraq's broader efforts to develop weapons of mass destruction. While there are no confirmed instances of Saddam Hussein deploying biological weapons, there are allegations that chemical weapons were used during the Iran-Iraq War in the 1980s. Despite the lack of evidence of active biological weapon deployment, it is widely acknowledged that Saddam Hussein's regime had the intent and capability to develop such weapons. Various documents and testimonies from Iraqi officials and scientists confirmed the existence of the biological weapons program.
Now that you heard what this man said, they had proof, they knew it, they knew for a fact, they told us that they knew for a fact. They knew for a fact. They put up General Powell to say that he knew that we need to go to war because they had weapons of mass destruction. Knew it. We didn't have the source and ability that we have right now with internet and social media to challenge us. So listen to this, listen to what this man is saying, because he's telling the truth. If we would have had social media, we would not have gone to the war in Iraq. There would have been more of a challenge to it. Listen.
Today, the world is a global village. By social media, they're being exposed. They could fabricate about weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. They spent $573 million to fabricate videos to show that Iraq has weapons of mass destruction. And after many years, they say, sorry, finish. They kill millions of Muslims in Iraq, and now they say, sorry, matter is over.
Hey, this is Janetta. I don't mean to alert you and alarm you, but stand on your toes. Watch your ears. Watch what you're listening to. Watch what you are persuaded. Check it out. Do your research. Just don't listen to what people are saying. Imperialism is what is on the map right now. And the West, through its imperialism, wants to rule the rest of the world. They say they were making the rest of the world a democracy. But when you look at the word democracy, when you think about democracy, you go to some of these places they say are democratic countries or territories. It's not the democracy you and I have been taught. It's far from it. Don't let them take people off social media that are giving you facts. Don't let them close their mouth. Don't let them shut them up and take control. We need to hear all the narratives. Okay, this is Janetta. I'm crazy about you. Love you. But hey, I thank you for following me. But I want you to make sure you comment. And I want you to make sure you like it. And I want to make doubly sure that you share it with somebody. That you share it with someone. Because we need to hear it. Some of these young people that were not even born during the time the Iraq War was going on, and they don't know about the narrative. They don't know about the lie. They don't know. So they need to hear this. We went to war on what somebody thought or believed. Something that was fabricated. Thousands of people died. Okay. Toodaloo. Love you. Yeah. Hey, this is Jamila, and you're watching Africa Speak